Good evening, world. Good evening, TFC, as people seem to be shouting at the moment. I've got myself a catchphrase, which is shit, because I stole it off Good Morning Vietnam anyway. I phoned Toys R Us today. I went, hello, Toys R Us. I hear that you have leader class figures from Dark of the Moon in. Can you confirm, please? And I've seen a photo. I've seen a photograph of them in the store today. And the person that I spoke to at Toys R Us basically said this: I don't know, go have a look. So he went away and had a look. And then he came back and went, supervisor said no. And I'm like, what? He said, supervisor says no. And I said, have you been to have a look? And he went, no. So I said, can you go and have a look, please, with your own eyes? And they've all gone! So they've got not even a week. Which is probably good, because I couldn't really have afforded them, but I would have spent the money anyway. So now that gives me, like, till the weekend. It gives me a couple of days. It gives me a little while for my first set of wages to come in from work, my new job, and things are going to hopefully, fingers crossed for fuck's sake, hopefully get a little bit easier. I haven't blown all of my AA fund. It's been tight, but I haven't blown the shit out of all of my AA fund. I'm still very much there. Hotel, sorted. Ticket to get in, sorted, but I've not got an AA number or anything. I've had a confirmation saying that my payment has been received by Simon Plum for the ticket, which is great, but I've not had a confirmation saying the UR number XYZ or anything like that. Whether it's a bit early for that or whatever, I'm not quite sure, but I guess time will tell. If we get sort of 2 months away and it's still nothing, then I'll start to inquire. I am tired. I'm tired. When considering that when I was unemployed, I was sitting up till 1 o'clock every night on YouTube, doing this, making stupid videos, desperately trying to be quiet because I was so bored because Mum and Dad are in because I'm living at their feckin' house, and now I got a job and I just want to be in bed by 10 o'clock every night. I'm absolutely fucking plum-tuckered. The job's going pretty well. You know the policy, can't talk about it too much, but it was absolutely horrible for a little while because it was just, might as well have been back at a call centre. And just the last couple of days it started to pay off a little bit because I just laid some decent foundations, and as boring as the sort of early work, initial work had to be, of just hitting the phones all day. If you're a salesman, you got to do that shit, and that's just, so it's just starting to turn around now. The people that I work with are really nice. The management are pretty cool. I heard my boss get angry for the first time today, and that's not really something that I want to hear from him. He was very good at getting angry. I'd like to give a announcement. I'd like to shout. Not a shout out, I would just like to shout. I'd like to shout, 5 awesome Transformers, guys! I need your details! Neil from 5ATG, Dirty Purple, basically said to me, do you want to run the podcasts? And I was a bit kind of hesitant about taking on new things. I'm shit at running stuff. It's bad enough, it's hard enough that I'm part of the 5 Awesome Transformers, guys, because I'm inherently crap at doing what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it. I fucking hate timescales. And I'm now in a job where I'm really timescale orientated, but at work it's much easier because I've got a fucking proper diary, and I've got this and I've got that, and I've got other people, and I'm in that work atmosphere where it's like, oh, diary and Outlook and reminder and things going bing at me on the computer and stuff like that. At home, no, get in through the front door, put my stupid ladder down because I live in a loft, which I'm only living in for 2 weeks more. I'm I'm moving rooms. The room downstairs is being decorated. I'm going to have a door. How stupid is that? I'm all excited because I'm going to have a door. Oh. I need organised and 5 Awesome Transformers. So yes, I'm going to do the podcast. I'm going to try and get a 5ATG podcast out every month. I was going to make a little video on the 5 Awesome Transformers guys channel, but people don't need to see just a call for me going, can you all get in touch please? But if you're a 5ATG and you talk to other people, for example Drew, I don't know if you have conversations with Mitch Santona, but I need him on Skype and I need him on Facebook please. So if or Mitch, if you're watching this, I don't even know if you're like subbed to my channel. I'm guessing you are. I don't know. You got 700 odd, so I guess I must be in that number somewhere. Can you just drop me a PM on my YouTube and give me like details for hooking you up on Facebook? I want to get the American guys. I want to get you Yanks involved. So if it means staying up late one night or doing it on a Sunday when we can do it during the day, or getting up early one day perchance, or something along those lines. But I want to try and get either Drew or Mitch or possibly both together. I don't really, I mean, America's a big place. If you live in England, you all live on the same clock. If you live in America, then there can be 3 different time zones, and I don't know, me going to like Basingstoke's a long way, and that's just like an hour's drive. So for what you lot do, I can't imagine that, going that far from home. Ugh. Get in touch, give me your details. I want to do some podcasting. I just think it's something that we need to get into. If we can get a bit creative with some decent topics, I think it will be a very good way of drumming up some business. And if we use the same forum that, for example, the Moonbase 2 is on, then great, we'll keep doing that. But obviously, with being able to do indefinite uploads on YouTube, then you could watch it on there. You can't rip it and put it on your MP3 player. It's just something that we'll have to discuss format-wise, but it's currently, the facility is being paid for and we're not using it. So, should we get round to it, boys? I feel like a bit of a traitor because I haven't been to all the cool stuff since I've had a job. I haven't phoned up Dave at the shop. I've just been a shit friend, really. And Treebot, if you watch this, you're still the man. I've just been at work. I've been coming home and going to bed. I'm going to try and phone you during the day one day, and I feel like a shit friend. You know, when I went to the shop and I've spent a few pennies there, but at the same time, me and Dave from All Cool Stuff's a really, really good guy, proper sorted, laid back, heart in the right place guy. And I just disappeared, and I just feel like I've been a bit of a shit mate, really. So I got Dave. I got to go and see you, baby. It's nice to have Matt, Time Lord, back on. It's nice to see you doing a 25-minute video, a 30-minute video, back on form, baby. Not that I'd ever do a long video. Oh, never, ever, ever. Maybe you should try it drunk one day. No, don't do that. What have I got that's new? Not an awful lot. This is the best thing since sliced bread, and only, if nothing else, because of that. The light piping on it is just absolutely incredible. I've so got to tidy up my display. I've got a desk full of robots. I moan about it every time. I can't fucking move the camera without just knocking stuff over. I've got Sky Stalkers all over the place, and someone asked me, Adam White, if you watch my videos, what's your YouTube name? What's your Facebook? No, not Facebook, because you're Adam White on Facebook. What's your F8 Formator Hero, or are you Ad8M? Or he's commented lots. I know he's a Transformers fan. I know we've interacted in the past, but because I'm seeing his real name now instead of what his username would be, then I'm not quite sure where I stand. So just say hi, if you're moving to Southampton, it's about time we got on the Transformers bandwagon. Need to go for a pint at some point. Anyway, he said to me, because I put photos of this bad boy, it's nice to have some light piping. I'm loving my torch, because it does the light piping. Oh, how crap is that? What's going on? What is going on? Did you see that then? I've been doing it, well, you see that, look. I am Optimus Prime and I have shitty light piping. What's going on with Hasbro suddenly deciding that putting some clear plastic in with just a bit of blue wash over the top of it acceptable? It's not acceptable. You did it on Retgar. It's not good enough. Why would you do epic light piping like I just showed on Crankcase, which is just thoroughly amazing, and then just do toilet like that on Optimus? And yes, Mr. Time Lord, it is an ugly. It's not. The proportions aren't. Look, right. He's supposed to be the biggest of the Autobots. He's huge. He's massive, like 40 feet or something. He's supposed to be quite big and tough as hell. But if you put them next to each other, Ironhide's bigger than Optimus Prime. From the same toy line. Though I would like to point out that Ironhide is very good. Except for the chest pulley anny thing. Once you get over the fact that it doesn't clip in properly, you can really live with it. Adam said to me, digresticated again, what do you think? Now, articulation, okay, it's a bit clanky. It's one of those things where you play with it for a little while, it's going to loosen up and I think that'll be fun. Feet, stupid feet. Proportionally, he's nothing up here and all down here, he's all legs. If he was a woman, he'd be great. He's not, he's a leader robot. Not going on, is it? As a toy, as a trinket, it's not really. As an adult collector of the memorabilia, it's not really hitting the mark. It's quite good. It's good to fiddle with. But at the same time, if I were to take away the fact that I'm a 29-year-old, I'm not 29, 28. If I were to take away that fact and be a 12-year-old child that sat there and go, no more toy, I love him. He's really, really good. He's quick to transform. He's simple. He's got shit truck mode, but he's got that thing about him where you could just clank him around a little bit and pull stuff off and pop it back on. You wouldn't worry about this thing. You wouldn't worry about hurting it. And I like that. It's getting back to its roots, baby. It's all right. It's good. It's okay. Aside from all that, Tosh, it all seems to be fine. There's one thing that's not going particularly well. In fact, there's one thing that's... I've got a snotty nose. Hang on. I've been clean shaven for work lots. And I think while that is technically the right thing to do, I fucking hate it. And bearing in mind I'm allowed to wear pretty much whatever I like because we're a phone-based organisation and no one ever gets to see what we look like. And the person who actually runs my office wears shorts and just a t-shirt most of the time, then I'll do that. But I really miss having a bit of facial hair. I quite like having a bit of fuzz, so I'm going to just do a 0.5 all the time and see if they say anything. It'll be fine. The bad thing that's going to go on, it doesn't look like I'm going to have a senior hockey team to play for next year, and that's it's rather disappointing. This is going to sound daft, but I'm number 11. A big part of me always feels like number 11. If you are part of a sports team and you've done it for a long, long time, I think if you've had the same number for quite some time, it really becomes part of your identity, what you do, who you are. It becomes entrenched in things like email addresses and stuff like that. Yeah? So to not have a Panthers team next year in the seniors, and the strong possibility that I may have to go and play for another side, fucking kills me. I will be properly disappointed. I'll be absolutely mortified if that happens. But I did speak to the boys at hockey about it, and the people that are going to come back next season have all said that we will quite happily come back and just be shit and basically cock around all season and not take it seriously and not really give a flying toss where we finish in the league. We're just going to go and kick the crap out of each other on Saturday afternoons and play the occasional game where we get stuffed and complain at refs that it's not fair. And that'll be all right. I've done that most of my life anyway. I mean, I'm on the downslide anyway, and the guys that are really good for my team are going to go and play for a team that's really good. And the better you are, the higher you want to play, and then the higher the level you play, the better you get. And to go back and play for a team like ours, it's all very well looking like a superstar for our team and scoring lots of goals, but if it doesn't really stretch you on a regular basis to the point where it makes you want to or have to be better, then I can see how it would get boring. When I was doing the sort of Great Britain All-Star games, then I played for a shit team for a long time, and I really think it held me back. If I'd have played for a better team, then I'd have been a better player. But I really enjoyed playing with the people that I was playing with, and so it wasn't a sacrifice in the least. It was just something that could have been better, but I did what I chose. That's it. I can't think of anything else to say. I've done a couple of videos where I've asked for video responses lately. The video responses have been very good. The people aren't tagging them to my videos. I'm not quite sure why it bothers me, but it does. If you're doing a video response to one of my videos, make sure you tag it in the box so it's a video response, because then it shows underneath, and then when the one that you've done will show underneath. Community, innit? It's all about building the community. If you're not tagging your stuff properly with video responses, then you hinder that community for just doing a very simple task. And while that makes me a proper mega douche for not doing, for even mentioning it, to be fair, at the same time, if we are building this little community of not even Transformers people, but just people who enjoy YouTube and seeing it as more of a social tool as opposed to just a chance to show off or complain, then I think we need to use it properly. SMS number 1 saying bye-bye TFC. I hope you all are doing well, and I haven't done many videos lately because I've been busy at work, but as I'm doing this, it's gay. Everyone thinks I'm camp in the office and thinks it's funny. Fuck 'em. SMS number 1 saying, see you later. Bye. I've got a massive spot, by the way, it's doing me head in. I'm supposed to grow out of that shit.